Monday, August 21st, 2023, and it's time for a reality check. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lizabeth, and I am living in the light by documenting my 153-pound weight loss using Optavia's 5-in-1 program. As part of my own process, I create these reality checks each week where I let you know how I'm doing as far as weight loss and inches go, but also some of the things that I have been processing and learning on my journey as an Optavia client and also as an Optavia coach. So before I share those things with you, would you please just give this video a thumbs up? It really does help me. It supports my channel. It's a really quick thing that you can do. It takes one little click, just hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you would consider subscribing as well, I would really appreciate that. Notification bells on or off, completely up to you, but I'd love it if you would consider subscribing as well. As you know from last week, I was a little bit under the weather last week, came down with a bit of a cold, still kind of recovering from that, but I'm doing better. My voice is better, and I just have really a runny nose and a little bit of chest congestion, but nothing major. I was able to continue sticking with my fuelings and my water and just following the process as I went along. Wednesday was a really rough day. I normally watch Taylor on those days, and I just could not. I needed to be in bed, and so I had my little bedside table with all my water and everything that I needed, and just managed to stay in bed all day and rest and recover. And so thankfully I am feeling a lot better and ready to jump into this next week, which is week 62 on the program. As I'm getting down to the last little bit of the process, it seems like my weight has gone, big drop, little drop, big drop, little drop, big drop, little drop. Last week was, I think, 2.2. So you know what's coming this week. Let me show you how I did. So I lost a pound, that's great. I'm happy with that. 1.5 inches, which is also really great. So a total of 144.2 pounds down and 74.5 inches lost. And technically I've lost more inches than that because I only count one arm and one leg. I kind of figured it up today just to kind of see where the numbers were, and it's closer to like 94, 95 inches that I've lost if you were to double the inches lost in my arms and double the inches lost in my legs, since I only counted one as I went along. That's pretty impressive to me. So I'm excited about that loss, continuing to see those numbers go down on the scale, continuing to see clothes fitting looser that I have had to buy. I don't have anything in smaller sizes. Those sizes have been so long gone from my closet. So anytime I get into a smaller size, I gotta buy new clothes. So I'm trying to do this strategically so that I'm not having to buy an entire wardrobe all at one time, which can be pretty expensive. As I have gone through this journey as well, I am learning a lot about personal responsibility. Remembering that I'm the one that puts the food in my mouth. I am the one that gets in the movement. It's not something that somebody else does to me, not something that somebody else can do for me. And so I have to take that responsibility for whether or not the program works. So it really doesn't matter what weight loss program you choose to follow. You have to follow the program if you want to see it work. Now, that doesn't mean that any weight loss program is going to work for anybody. I truly believe I know I have been on a lot of weight loss programs that have worked for a while and then stopped working. And I don't know that it was something that I did or didn't do. It possibly could be, I don't know, but all I know is this one particularly works really well for me. And so I continue to work it, I continue to follow it. I am preparing myself for transition, which is coming up. But I wanted to just talk about quickly the 4 features of Optavia, and then one that I want to focus on this morning just for a minute. There are 4 elements to the Optavia program, and if you want to follow the program properly, you need to utilize all 4 elements, or it's not going to work. The first one is the fuelings. We know about the fuelings, the lean and greens, like the food that you fuel your body with. That is just one out of those 4 things. The other one is their materials, their Habits of Health book, the Life book. Working through those books, reading through those books is a really important factor, because a lot of weight loss, and I think more than 50% of weight loss, is your mindset, your determination, your thought processes, and understanding the program, why it works, and how you need to be transforming more than just what you put into your body, but also how you are thinking about food, your relationship with food. All of those things need to change, and those 2 books are really important in following the program properly. The third one, which is something that I really love, is the community. I think for me, of all of the features, not that any one is more important than the other, because they really are not. It's the one that has been the most fun for me, and that's community. I have truly loved making YouTube videos. I plan to continue to do this. This last month has been a little rough for me to try to record anything, because it's a really busy month at work for me. We're starting the school year in the customer service area. Everybody else is starting the school year, so lots of busyness during the week that I just really need some downtime, and the time to actually record videos is very little for me right now. So hopefully I'll be able to get back to that in the next couple of weeks and do some more lean and green videos and some more fun with feelings videos. But there's lots out there right now for you to watch. So, but also the Facebook community. I love my Optavia newbies page. I love my Living in the Light page. That one's a lot smaller. And not as many members in that one, and so there's not a lot of activity in it. But the Optavia newbies group, you knuckleheads really keep me busy, and I really enjoy that communication back and forth, and the friends that I have developed along the way. I have some very sweet friends that I'm just thrilled that I have met and hope to one day meet in person. And some of you I have met, and some of you I'm planning on meeting, and some of you have just said, we're gonna come and visit. So, if you ever come to the Nashville area, let me know, because I really would love to meet you. The fourth one is your coach, and I can't tell you how many times as the admin for that Optavia newbies group, how many times people request to join the group and they don't have a coach. And we require that you have a coach. You have to be an actual Optavia client in order to be a part of that group for many reasons. Number one, you can't order fuelings if you don't have a coach on your account. You have to have an actual Optavia account, and that requires that you have a coach. So that's one reason. So if you say you're a client, but you don't have a coach, you're really not a client, because you don't have a coach. Secondly, a coach is part of the program. It's free to you. You don't have to pay the person who is coaching you. And yes, coaches have, there's a degree of coaches who are great coaches, and there are coaches who are not very attentive. But there are a few things that's really important to remember. Number one, you have to advocate for yourself. So if you have a coach who is not meeting your needs, you can get a new coach. You can get a random placement from Optavia. You can go on like Facebook groups and look at people's posts and their activity and find somebody that you're like, oh, I really connect with that person. I understand they are following a similar journey. Reach out to them and see if they are coaches. If they're coaches, if they would be willing to take you on as a client. There are lots of ways to find a good coach who is going to support you on your journey. And that to me it's absolutely important. You have to advocate for yourself. And I want to tell you why coaches are so important. First of all, a good coach is going to be a great source of information for you. They're going to provide you with the documents from Optavia that say, these are the guidelines. These are the things that you need to follow. When you have questions, you can say, hey, can I do this? Or what should I do in this situation? That's what your coach should be providing you information about, so that you can stick to the plan, so that you can be successful. Always have a coach that you can reach out to ask those questions. Yes, you can ask on Facebook groups. Yes, you can make comments and get information from other people as well. But your coach should be the person that you always run to as your first line of, this is the information that I need to have. Your coach should be providing you with like actual documented information from Optavia, and not just, this is what I did or this is what my coach told me. So make sure that the responses that you're getting from your coach are official Optavia. This is what Optavia says, this is what their materials say, and hopefully give you some backup for that with actual documentation. Another great thing that coaches provide is accountability, and this is where I want to give a shout out to my coach, Christy. She has been phenomenal for me in this process. Every week, she encouraged me from the very beginning to take my measurements and to take pictures, front, side, and back pictures every single week, and I send those to her every single Monday morning. I send her my pictures and my measurements, and that includes my weight as well. And that is my accountability. I know I have to send those to her each week, so that helps to keep me on track. But she also then celebrates with me and is so excited about me meeting my goals. Even when it's a small loss during a week, she always celebrates with me. On those weeks that have been a little rough for me, she's there to cheer me on and to lift me up and to encourage me. And I could not have made it without her consistent encouragement throughout the week. The other thing that a coach should provide you is their voice of experience. They've been there, they've walked this path, or they are walking this path. And that is so important, that you get that voice of experience of, when this happened to me, this is what I did. And having that experienced coach is also really important, which is why I say find somebody who's kind of walked your same path. If you are a nurse and you work night shifts and that's a struggle for you, find someone who's a coach, who is a nurse, who has been in that same situation and can give you their experience, how they have succeeded on the program. I think that is so important, that you find areas that you can relate to with your coach, so that you know you're getting that encouragement, that support that's going to line up with your particular journey as well. If you happen to have any questions about the program itself, if you have questions about helping you find a good coach or anything at all, please leave them in the comments box down below, or in the description box you'll find my contact information. You can reach out to me on email. I also have my 2 Facebook groups in there and my own personal Facebook group. If you want to join those groups, there are membership questions for the Living in the Light group and the Optavia Newbies group. You do have to be an Optavia client to be in that group. You don't have to be an Optavia client to be in Living in the Light. So please check those things out. Reach out to me if you have any questions. And hopefully next week I'll have a nice loss and be so much closer to my goal. I'm really hoping to be there by the end of September, so we'll see. And until I see you next time, please live in the light.